All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Learn Athletic Live webinar number 3. Today, we'll be talking about some advanced features in Athletic Live, including protest management, the benefits to connecting your Athletic.net meet with your Athletic Live meet, and how you can tweet live results to your account and allow trusted third parties to tweet results to their accounts as well. My name is Ben Thomas. I'm the creator of Athletic Live, and I'll be hosting the webinar today. If you have any questions as we go, please feel free to use the Q&A feature in Zoom, and our moderators, Graham Dudick and Janelle Teach of Athletic Timing, will be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And this is the third webinar, so we've had 2 to date. If you missed those or want to catch those recordings, feel free to head to this link. This link is in the Zoom chat. help.athletic.live/timers/learnathleticlive, and we post all the recordings there, and today's recording will be there as well. All right, so today's topics. First, we'll discuss protest management. So protest management is the term we use to talk about how you communicate a protest period for any results that get uploaded and whether results are unofficial or official. So we'll go over that whole process today, how you can set your meet up to use protest management, what happens if there is a protest, and how to communicate to folks that there is a protest period of a certain time happening right now. And we'll see how that works with a test meet. Then we'll move into the benefits that you get if you do entries on Athletic.net. You connect your Athletic.net meet with your Athletic Live meet. Of course, you can use any entry system you like with Athletic Live, but there are some benefits, mainly being able to show team logos and be able to show athlete personal records and season records and relay season records on your results. So when you upload results, if let's say someone's PR is 4:55 in the mile and they run a 4:53, then they'll be able to see that that's a PR right on that result, and we'll see how that works today. Then we'll move into top 3 result tweets. So you can set up as a timer that when new results get uploaded, the top 3 results get tweeted to your Twitter account in a nice image. And we just added a new feature right before all this COVID stuff started. So it hasn't really been used yet, but we'll demo it today on being able to allow authorized third parties to receive these tweets as well. So it's great that you're tweeting this image to your timing company's Twitter account, but maybe a lot of folks at one particular meet aren't necessarily following a Twitter account. You could do some marketing to say, hey, follow our Twitter account to get results, but it may be better to allow a meet Twitter account or a school athletic director or someone else associated with the meet to have these tweets as well. So that way these results can get to people in the fastest way and get to where they're probably looking for these results. And then at the end, we'll take a quick look at a couple of useful features. It only takes a couple minutes to chat about each one, but they are useful and it's worth knowing, worth having in your toolkit as you're doing live results on meet day. That'd be adding custom notes to a meet page or an event page, being able to show detailed score spreadsheets, and also being able to show the records and the time standards that you add in your meet management system, and being able to show those on the site, and then being able to show record breakers as well. So having one succinct page where you show all of your records and then anybody who's broken those records. And requirements or prerequisites for today, protest management. It comes with every meet you do on Athletic Live, and you can use any meet management system with it. Of course, connecting with Athletic.net data, you do need to use an Athletic.net meet that has entries associated with it. And just as with protest management, the top 3 tweets, all you need is a Twitter account. That works with any level of Athletic Live meet. And if you want to follow along on your own computer, head to this link. This link's also in the chat, anet.live/learn3. That's where we'll be doing, where we'll be uploading everything today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some protest management. So our test meet today is what I call the Pathfinder invite. So if we take a look at this meet, you can see that I've already got some events uploaded here and some heat sheets and some flights. So we're all set to begin the meet. So let's go ahead and make sure that this meet can use protest management. And here's how you do that. So go ahead and edit your meet and scroll down near the bottom. And there's a section called protest management. And this help doc, what we've linked to this at the end of the slides, but just need a refresher at any time. There's a link right here to help walk you through what I'm about to walk you through in this webinar. So we're going to check here that we want to use the protest management process. Now, when you create a meet, this is unchecked because there's a lot of meets that you're probably not going to want to use this at, try meets or small invites or things that aren't district, region, or huge invites, state meets that having this protest management process can save you a headache if someone comes up to you and says, look, these results are they're done. But if it says, if we're using protest management and there's a protest period there, then folks might better be able to see that these are just these results are pending and not fully official yet. So when we check this, when we upload results, so you may have noticed on previous meets that this note right here, this heat sheets, when we upload results, this status changes to results. But when we use protest management, when we upload results, this changes to unofficial. There's an unofficial status. So it's clear that these results are unofficial. And we'll take a look at what that looks like in just a minute. And then when we decide how long we want the protest period to be. So it can be anywhere from 15 minutes to 90 minutes. Of course, if there's a custom period that you need, just let me know. We'll set it to 15 for today. And when this protest period is over, if there have been no protests made, then the status automatically changes to official. There's also a checkbox here for manually changing to official status. This is useful maybe in the biggest of meets, or if you're just not comfortable having that quote unquote official label on results until you're 100% confident that they are official, you may want to manually change each event to say official instead of unofficial. We're going to leave this blank for today, but you'll see how shortly we'll take a look and you can see how you would change it to official. We've got our process checked. We know how long the period is, going to be 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and save the meet. And let's go ahead and upload some results from HiTech. And just want to be clear also, I'm using HiTech today, but everything we do here will work with Meet Pro as well. So I'm just going to make some marks here in the girls' pole vault. Let's see. We'll score this event. And let me go ahead and pull up the meet here as well. We'll head to the home page. And we'll go ahead and hit our F12 button to upload. And in the header here, I'm gonna go find where the girls' pole vault is. And as soon as this uploads, should just be a few seconds. So we've got our girls' pole vault here, and we see that the status of the girls' pole vault is unofficial. If I click into the girls' pole vault, we get a note here saying that results are unofficial, and the protest window closes at 8:23 p.m. my time. And you'll see here that this protest period is clocking down every second, so you can see up to date how much longer you have as a coach, or whoever's allowed to make protests is allowed to make, or how much more time you have to make that protest. So let's say with this pole vault, a coach decides to make a protest, and this is communicated to you, the timer, in some form or fashion. How do you make AthleticLIVE show that? So we'll head back to the administration section here of the Pathfinder invite. We'll click on this Manage Events button, and this is going to show all the events that are in your meet. So we're looking for the girls' pole vault. We're going to look at the actions down arrow here, click on that, and click Change Status. So these event statuses in AthleticLIVE are all automated except for this one piece. So when you upload heat sheets, the status will automatically change to heat sheets. If you've got a live scoreboard going, it'll automatically change to live. And once you upload results, as you saw, automatically changes to unofficial if you're using protest management, or just results if you're not. So The only way to override that automation is to change the status to under protest. You'll see here, you can change the status to whatever you want, but the next time an event happens, such as a results upload or something else that causes a status to change, it's going to overwrite what you've changed, except when you mark something as under protest. It kind of is a flag that says, hey, show this status no matter what. So for our girls pole vault, we'll mark it as under protest and click save. If we head back over to the Pathfinder invite here, you should notice that now there's a note here that says there's one event under protest. You'll see this on the events page. You'll also see it over here on the main admin meet detail page. The reason this is here is because if you've decided as the timer to start changing things manually, we want to make sure that this is front and center so that when it is time to remove that protest, you do so. Because if not, you're going to see this big exclamation point, protest, as the status for an event until you do change it. So if we head back into here, we can see that the note that said unofficial, actually I'm going to head back to the mobile version here. The note that says unofficial now says this event is under protest, and the protest window is still counting down. If you want to reset it, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So we've got it's communicated here in the event status and on the page, so folks know that this is being looked into. So let's say that the games committee decides to disqualify someone or make some kind of change. So we'll go ahead and disqualify this person here who got third. Let's rescore it. Let's re-upload it. And we should see that get changed here shortly. Give it just a second. Cool. So now this person has been DQ'd. Ooh, a little bug right there. Gotta fix that. I think if I just go away from flights, go back to results, it's gone. So we got first place and second place. This person has been DQ'd. So now the event is no longer under protest. So how do we change that? So once again, we head back into the administration section. We can either do what we did last time, which is go to manage events and click on change status, or just easier here to say, all right, girls pole vault's all set to go. Let me go back to that event and let me change this back to unofficial. Save my event status. And we can see here, go to the mobile view, and we can see here that the results are now unofficial and the protest window still closes at this time. Now, if for some reason you need to reset that, you can do that. If we head to the administration section, click on manage events, girls pole vault, find it, click the down arrow next to actions and say reset protest window. If we click on that and then head back to the event, we can see that protest period has been reset. May not want to do that, probably depends on the situation and how long the protest period is. So we'll check on this in 15 minutes, and what's going to happen then, right around 8:28, it's not exact, but it's within a minute or so, this status will change to official. So that, in a nutshell, is protest management. It's fairly hands-off. You get the ability to say, even if you decide never to touch or never to change a status into under protest, this protest management process gives you the ability to communicate that results are unofficial until a certain point and that they turn official at a certain point. So it could be used for you whether you decide that you want to communicate protests in the live results or not. So yeah, that's protest management in a nutshell. Let's head on over to our second topic of today, which is how to connect your meet with Athletic.net. So we've got our meet right here. If we take a look, we're not seeing any logos, and there's been no communication of personal or season records for these people. And that's because we haven't connected the meet to Athletic.net yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So back to our administration section, little theme for today, a lot of admin stuff. And we'll edit the meet. And a lot of times, you would set up protest management, you would connect the meet all when you create the meet. But just for the purposes of showing how it works today, I'm just editing the meet to do this. So there's a couple different ways to connect your meet to Athletic.net. The first is once you select a sport, a date, and enter a location, which I need to do right now. There will be, if there are meets in Athletic.net that meet those criteria, so they're at a particular, within a particular, I think it's a 60-mile radius of a zip code, they're on a particular date, and they have this sport, then we're going to give a drop down of all those Athletic.net meets that meet that criteria. So in our case, I have created an Athletic.net meet, this 2020 Pathfinder invite, and I can go ahead and select it. If you didn't see that there, and you say my meet is not in the drop down, select this option to enter the meet ID manually. The way that you find that meet ID is to head to Athletic.net and search for your meet, and you may have it in your meet list, but I'll just go ahead and search for it here. Here we go, 2020 Pathfinder invite. And the meet ID is this number right here. So athletic.net/track-and-field/meet/404836/register. And I could copy this, set my meet is not in the dropdown, and then enter that ID in. So you see it's the same ID as right here. But for today, I'm just gonna go ahead and select this. There's one other note too. There may be some use cases where you have multiple Athletic.net meets to match. So say that you're doing one meet, but it encompasses 3 regions or 4 state classifications. You could click on, I need to match with multiple Athletic.net meets, and then enter each of those IDs. But we're just keeping it simple today. I'm just gonna select the Pathfinder invite. And then we also need to say that, yes, we're using Athletic.net entries with this. And same as with protest management, if you run into any trouble, there's a link right here to help you go through what we just discussed. So cool, so we're all connected, we're all set. We just need to do one more thing, and that's to enable our meet to use personal and season records. So there could be a use case where even though you're connected to an Athletic.net meet, maybe you don't want to show this data for some reason. We give you the option to do that or not to do that. So now that we've selected our meet, we've got our statistics ready, I'll click Save. And normally, this data will automatically be brought into your meet on the day of the meet. So if you upload your teams, your entries, your heat sheets, you upload those prior to the day of the meet. This will all get synced right around midnight on the day of your meet. Or if you upload it on the day of your meet, it'll get synced within 30 minutes or so. But what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and automatically sync this. So just give me 1 second here. All right, so you can see that in this admin section, I have the ability to do this ANET Team Athlete Sync. This is something that's just an admin feature. But I'm gonna go ahead and click this. That's gonna start the synchronization. And if we take a look at our meet, very shortly here, we should see some team logos pop in. Cool. So now that sync has happened, we've got logos for each of these teams. And if we take a look at any other entries or anything like that, those logos exist here as well. So we've got our team logos. Now how about those PRs? So let's go ahead and take a look at the girls 1600 here. And let's take a look at Isabella. We're gonna head to her athlete page. We can see a couple things here. One, she's entered in the 1600, and that she's got a personal record of 6:16:18 and a season record of 6:18:53. And if we go to her Athletic.net bio, you'll notice that these are not all of her PRs. She's also got PRs in the 800 and the 3200. What we do on AthleticLIVE is we only pull the PRs in for the events that you're in. If you want to see other data, if you want to really dig into rankings, look at all the meets that someone has done. That's what Athletic.net's for. Athletic Live is all about day of meet. What do we need to show? What context do we need to show that's important to today's meet? And anything else is on Athletic.net. So for this example, we are going to enter in a time for her of 6:17, so you can see what a season record looks like versus some personal records. So we'll head back to the heats here, and I will just very quickly enter in some times here. So we'll give her a 6:17. All right, so we'll score that. And we'll upload. And we'll give this just a minute here. And once these results come in, cool, so we see a results tab just appeared here, and we see the protest window showed up. Click on results, and we can see that there's a couple folks that have PRs. Isabella has an SR. You can see that season record right here. And if I click on these three dots, I can see what her personal record is. I can see that she's beaten her season record and that this is her new season record. And if I want more data, I can head to her page, click on her Athletic.net bio, and see more information. Cool. And then if I were to change her time to a personal record and re-upload those results, then her time's going to change, and it'll then say PR instead of season record. So once again, for you as the timer, it's not a lot of extra work on your end. You connect the meetup with you connect the Athletic Live meet with the Athletic.net meet. You say you want to do PRs and season records. The logos flow in, the data flow in, and it all just kind of works as you upload data from your meet management system. All right, and the next topic we're going to touch on today are how to do top 3 tweets. So if we had the top 3 tweets connected, then we would have had a tweet for both the girls 1600 that we uploaded and the girls pole vault that we uploaded. Because we're adding this functionality in afterwards, it's not going to retweet those 2 things or those 2 events. It's going to tweet an image from everything going forward. So first, let's take a look at how top 3 tweets work for you as a timing company, and then we'll show how it works when you want to authorize a third party to get these tweets as well. So let's head back to the administration section, and we're going to click on this Manage Twitter Account. This is what you're going to do to authorize. Cool. This is what you're going to do to authorize to tell Twitter that it's okay for Athletic Live to tweet things under your, or to make tweets under your account name. So click sign in with Twitter here. And it's going to ask if I want to authorize the Athletic Live admin app to access my account and just to tweet meet results and other information. In this case, it's really just meet results. We'll click authorize app. It's going to bring me back, and we're going to see that we now have an active Twitter account. So with that, I can go back into my Meet, the Pathfinder invite, and click on messaging. And under the automated Meet results Twitter account, I can select the Twitter account that I attached into Athletic Live. So do this, click save. Now, every time I upload a new result, it's going to make a tweet for that. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me head back to high tech and just enter in some results here briefly. Score it and upload. And my Twitter here, So let's make sure that it gets uploaded. All right, so our boys shot put is uploaded. And if I take a look at my profile, we'll see that this tweet just got tweeted 4 seconds ago, and it's the full results for the boys shot put. If I click here, that's going to bring me to those results, right to the boys shot put results. And we can see that we've got a Davis, a Chenicon, and an Acevedo here. That's what we have in our image as well. And so this image is just place, name, logo if there is one, team name, and the results. So just something nice that you can share. You know, if you want to mention these folks, or maybe a parent sees it, they can send it out to their group. Just a little bit nicer than having maybe just a list of the results in text. And if you have an enterprise site, then this tweet will be customized to your colors, and your logo will appear as well. So it can act as extra branding for you, which is extra nice for if you're going to do what we're going to do next, which is to allow a third party to tweet these results as well, because they'll be tweeting your logo and everything. I'm going to delete this just because that is not a real tweet. And all right, so we've got that all set for me as the timing company. Now, what about an authorized third party? So I'm just gonna go into Chrome Incognito here, and I've got a different Twitter accounts up, and I'm gonna head to, or actually, before I do this, I've got to get the link. So me as the timing company here in the Pathfinder invite, we have this allow others to tweet your results. So what you wanna do is copy and send them this link. This link is specific to this meet and intentionally obfuscated, so it's really hard for anybody to grab this link if you don't specifically give it to them. And make sure that you only give it to folks that you want to give it to. And it does change every meet as well. So you'll give them this link. They'll log in with their Athletic.net account or create one if they don't have one. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. I'll go into my incognito browser, paste this link. It's going to ask me to log in. Once it logs me in, it's going to bring me to a landing page where, cool, I'm just going to click. So it says I've already got an active Twitter account. I'm just going to click that and make sure. So yes, and it's okay if people authorize multiple times, it's fine. So click authorize app. It's going to shoot me back here. And you'll see this is a very pared down page. So when you give this link to folks, they're not getting any access to your meet. They won't be able to change or edit anything. All they can do is activate their Twitter account and select it here. So much like you as the timer selected it, they're going to select it as well and hit save. So now, if we do this, we upload results again, we should see tweets on both the AthleticLIVE Twitter account and the other Twitter account, this Spike Falcon Twitter account. So I'll go ahead and do that. Score it and upload. We'll check to make sure that those results get in here. Cool. Girl shot put. This should be just about done. Yeah, so we'll take a brief sidebar here. So you can see the protest window is now closed for this girls pole vault, and it should be updated to unofficial here very shortly. And we'll take a look at this again once we take a look at the tweets. So we have the girls shot put here. If we go to AthleticLIVE, do a quick Twitter refresh, we should see the tweet there. There it is. So girls shot put. And if we head over to the other Twitter account, we can see that here as well. So it's the same tweet in both places. So you can imagine if you're giving this out to the right people, it's going to get your results, your logo out to a much broader audience than maybe it was just your own Twitter account. All right, so that's our 3 main items today. We'll take a look at these other 3 items here that I mentioned, custom notes, score spreadsheets, records, and time standards pages. We'll take a look at those right now. So custom notes. there can be some value to putting a note on the home page of your live results. Maybe there's a weather delay, maybe you just need to communicate something, maybe there's a cancellation, we all know about that. Just something that needs to be shown here on the main page. In order to do that, head back to your administration section here in the Pathfinder invite and head down to permanent note. This is going to make a permanent note on the Meet homepage until you remove it. So go ahead and click Edit Note. Give it a little subject. We'll just say weather delay, lightning in the area, head to the gym. You visit at 9 p.m. Click Save. If we head back over to the Pathfinder invite, we'll see that now here is a note just saying that there's a weather delay. So this can be anything you need it to be. There's value. Sometimes you just gotta communicate something to everybody. And if you want to remove it, you can click this Remove Note button, and it will go away here shortly. While we're waiting for that to go away, we can see here that this girl's pole vault has now been set to official. So there's that brief period of time where the protest window had closed, the countdown had stopped, but then the results did get changed to official. If we head back to the home page, the Pathfinder invite, that note is gone. So it's great for meets, but occasionally you need the same thing for an event. Maybe it's a better explanation of a DQ than you can put into a result note. Maybe the time has changed, whatever it may be, there can be value in communicating something for a particular event. So let's just take the girls' shot put. Maybe we need to say something about that. So we'll head back to the admin section of the Pathfinder invite. We'll click on Manage Events. Click on the Edit button of the girls' shot put, and we'll see Add Custom Note to Event Page. So maybe this is decided or event time pushed back to 10 p.m. Click Save. If we head back to the girl shot put, there's now a note there saying event times pushed back to 10 p.m. So just is there for you if you need it. Seems to happen at least a couple times a season. There's something that you just want to say, want to get out there that everybody has access to, and this will allow you to do that. So as of this point, we have uploaded 4 different events. We uploaded scores for 4 events, 3 of those for girls, 1 of those for boys. In addition to showing, so we'll do girls since we have 3 of them. So in addition to showing the scores of these events, we also provide a spreadsheet. So this spreadsheet will tell you how many points each team got in each event to meet their, to get to their final score. So this can be pretty cool, especially if it's like a state meet or something, and some team wins with going 1, 2, 3 in the 100 and 1, 2, 3 in the long jump. It's kind of neat to see where each team is getting their points. Are they heavy on distance? Are they heavy on sprints, jumps, whatever that may be? And if I click on this right here, it is going to show all the people that contributed to this score and the points that they scored. So just another way for folks to visualize how scores are happening in a meet and who is making them happen. And last but not least tonight, records and standards. So take a look at high tech here. And once again, this works in Meet Pro too. We'll see that each event has got a record associated with it, and each event has got a time standard associated with it. So it's a state qualifying time standard and a meet record. So I have a records and a standards page right here. If I click on the records page, we have our meet record here. If there are multiple records, it'd be multiple tabs. And this is just showing you all of the records that are in place for this meet. And in the case of our boys shot put, looks like we had someone break the meet record. So there's no links on this page. It's just super simple, just meant to indicate the best marks that have been had, or any records that have been had at this meet. And if we take a look at the boys shot put, we can see that this guy Lawrence, that he's got the meet record, and he's also hit a qualifying standard of 18 meters. This data also appears if you click on the 3 dots next to each result. So these 3 dots really give just any extra information that may be had, especially useful for things like field series or splits. They're going to appear in here for this person as well. So we probably spoiled it, but if we take a look at the standards, we're going to see that this state qualifying, that there's someone that's looks like tied the state qualifying standard here for the girls pole vault, and that the same gentleman here, Lawrence, has met the qualifying standard for the boys shot put in this state qualifying standard. These also appear per event. If I go back to the boys shot put, see there's a records tab right here. This will have all the records and standards that exist in the meet. All right, so that is the bulk of our webinar today. A lot of information in a half hour. And we've got some resources here. So everything I talked about today, we do have documentation for it. So learning how to connect an AthleticLIVE meet to an Athletic.net meet, how to do protest management, how to send automated result tweets and allow third parties to do that. All that information is documented. And I believe the link to the slides is in the chat of Zoom. So if you find that, you can get a link to these slides and quickly link to each one of these. And next week, same day, same time, Wednesday, May 20th at 8 p.m., we're going to be going over how to do finish line image export from finish links. So as you click a result, having a cropped image surrounding where you click be exported out and associated with a particular person. All right, so with that being said, I will go ahead and that's it for this particular webinar, but I'll go ahead and take a look through the Q&As. I know Graham and Janelle have been answering them, but I'll go through these right now. If there's just anything I can add or reiterate, I'll communicate that here. So I'll head into these questions and answers. All right, so Lynn had a good question. Can your result note in high tech upload on live, maybe something like stepped online? And yes, that does work. And I see Janelle mention that. And I'll go ahead and just briefly show that. So let's take a look at the boys shot put. Or actually, maybe the girls 1600s and stepped online. Or that works for the shot put too. So let's do this. So maybe this guy got DQ'd because he stepped online. I do believe there is a limit to these characters that get uploaded. But we'll see here. So I click OK, we'll rescore it, and we'll upload that. And if we head over to the boys shot put, which we're already there, give this a second here. I'll go back. There we go. So yeah, so that note does appear. So stepped online, you click on the 3 dots, you'll see it right there. So yeah, when you enter notes in high tech, those do appear in the live results. Thanks for that question, Lynn. Okay, next question. What happens if a team does not have a logo entered? That's a great question. The team does not have a logo entered. At this moment, it's blank. Actually, no, it's not. So we did make that change. So there's like an empty shield that appears right here. I'm trying to think if there's a meet off the top of my head where that exists, but it's something you can test. If you create a meet and you've got it connected to Athletic.net, and one of the teams doesn't have a logo, there will just be an empty shield right here, kind of like you would see. I don't know if you're on Google or any sports site and you're looking at like a lower division team that doesn't actually might be able to. It'll just look like that. So it'll be like an empty shield with a gray outline. Great question. Next question. Will you all be able to pull season records and PRs from TFers in the future? Let's see. Yeah, I think Graham said it beautifully. It's something we'd love to do, but we do not have a timeline for that at this point. But we definitely would love to make that happen. I know that would definitely enhance the college live results, just as Athletic.net records are doing for cross country. So great question there. Yes, and another question. When you enter the note, it will also go to anyone with notification feature turned on. Yes, that is correct. We will be doing another webinar specifically focused on notifications. And when we do that one, I'll jump into that because there's definitely a lot going on with notifications. So we'll have a webinar just for that. Appreciate that clarification reminder. Jim said, didn't see the detailed scores on mobile. Oh, and thank you, Morgan. Morgan just pasted a link to a meet that has the shields for no results. So you see this guy right here is unattached, and he's got this shield right here. So that's the way that the results will look too, if the logo is coming from Athletic.net. Thanks for sharing that, Morgan. And another one too, another example. I don't know why I can't see. Yep, so there's another one. So looks like maybe this is just like an unattached team. We just didn't have a logo for them. So you see that, that empty shield right there. Great question. Could we add a logo or do we send it to you? If it's if it's high school, those logos would get added into Athletic.net. And I believe they need to be uploaded by a coach of that school or by an admin. So if it's just one logo, feel free to send it to our support. I'm sure we can help out with that. Or better yet, if you know the coach, have the coach go in and upload that logo. And if you know, there's also the opportunity too, if there's a bunch of logos, say you're helping us gather logos for the state or for a large region, we're happy to work with you on that. We compile an Excel spreadsheet and put the logos somewhere. We can help get those into Athletic.net. But as long as they are in Athletic.net, we'll be able to show those logos if you link them. So Jim mentioned, didn't see the detailed scores on mobile. So let's take a look. We should see those. So let's head down to mobile here, or we'll go here in the mobile screen. Click over here to scores, go to girls, head to spreadsheet. And if this is not what you meant by detailed scores, feel free to put that in the chat or in another question. But they should show up on mobile as well. And if I click on the 23, I'll also see the name and the points. Okay, great. So Jim mentioned that is what he mentioned. So yep, so you can see that spreadsheet both on your desktop and on your mobile device. Let me just see, are there any more questions here? All right, looks like that's it. Well, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you joining me tonight for the third Athletic Live webinar. Hope you learned something, and I look forward to seeing everyone next week, where we talk about how to export images from finish links and get those online. That's a pretty cool feature. It's something fun, just something fun to add to your meet. So I hope you'll join us for that. Thank you very much.